quadratic identities. Actually, I suppose technically I should have a congruent symbol there rather than an equal symbol. Because when it's an identity, we're saying these are exactly the same. So sometimes you will see a congruent symbol there rather than an equal one. Now it makes more sense why it's not, because two quadratics could be equal for less than two values, because a parabola could intersect. But as soon as two parabolas are equal for more than two values, well, they'd have to be the same parabola. There's no way you could draw two parabolas and have them intersect in more than two spots. So they would have to be lying on top of each other. So in that case, if they are the same parabola, then the coefficient of x squared must equal the coefficient of x squared, the coefficient of x must equal the coefficient of x, and the constant must equal the constant. All right. See, now I've got the congruent symbol. And so by using the congruent symbol, I don't have to say equal for more than two values. Because by congruent, we're saying these are exactly the same. Now, if that's the case, then I know, as I say, coefficient of x squared equals coefficient of x squared, and so on. So I could expand the right-hand side out, collect terms eventually, there we go, and then just equate the coefficients, like so. Okay, a must be 2, 4a plus b must be negative 7. Therefore, because we've just worked out a is 2, b is negative 15. 4a plus 2b plus c must be negative 4, but we've worked out a and b now, so c is 18. So we can work out what they are. Of course, another way I could do it is by choosing clever values of x to substitute in. Because if it's true for all values of x, I can say, well, let x equal negative 2. Because then on the right-hand side, the a will become 0, the b coefficient becomes 0, and I'll just have c equals this. So sub in negative 2, and sure enough, we get c equals 18. X equals 0, that's a nice easy number to substitute in. So if I sub in 0, I get negative 4 is 4a plus 2b plus c, but we'll just work out c is 18. So 2a plus b is negative 11. Sub in 1. Mind you, now I look at it, negative 1 would have been a smarter one to substitute in rather than positive 1. Yeah, because then I would have had coefficient. But anyway, substitute in positive 1. Then we've got simultaneous equations. And solving simultaneously, a is 2, and there's our b equals negative 15. Of course, another idea I could have used too is I could have just looked at this and said, well, look, I don't need to expand the right-hand side out. I know there's only one thing there that's going to produce x squared. And that's got to be the first one. There's no way I'm going to get an x squared out of the b and the c. So the coefficient of x squared must be a is 2. So I can combine that idea with here, where I've worked out 2a plus b is negative 11, work out b a lot quicker that way too. So there's different ways you could work it out. And that's all I've got to say about that.